All right, welcome back. Today's lesson, which is the same day because we had off on Monday, but today's lesson is ratios and proportions. Today we're going to solve proportions. So we're going to use what we learned earlier in what makes ratios equivalent, and we're going to use that to solve equations. So to solve proportions, if a proportion involves a variable, you can use cross products, so cross multiplication, to solve the proportion. In the proportion, x over 5 equals 10 over 13. X and 13 are called extremes. They are the first and last terms of the proportion. 5 and 10 are called means. They are the middle terms of the proportion. In a proportion, the product of the extremes is equal to the product of the means. So x times 13 would equal 5 times 10. Means extremes property. So if A over B equals C over D, and B and D do not equal 0, because you can't divide by 0, you can't have 0 in the denominator, then AD cross multiply equals BC. So we're going to solve x over 5 equals 10 over 13. So when we cross multiply, 10 times, or x times 13 is 13x. 5 times 10 is 50. So 13x equals 50. And then divide both sides by 13. So this is where I would change. I'm not going to have you write the improper fraction. I would have you just leave it as reduce it if it can, but 50 over 13 can't be reduced, so that would be our answer. X equals 50 over 13. And just leave it like that. Because if you do end up getting into calculus and pre-calculus, they expect you to leave it as a fraction at that point. So just leave it. So we're going to go ahead and do a couple examples together, and then I'll let you guys go ahead and do it on your own. Solve each proportion. If necessary, round to the nearest hundredth. So that's 2 decimal places if you need to. All right. So negative 3 over x equals 2 over 8. So we're going to cross multiply. Negative 3 times 8 is negative 24. Equals 2 times x is 2x. And then from there, we're just going to finish out our equation. So divide by 2, divide by 2. X equals negative 12. Pretty simple. Cross multiply. So we'll do number 2. 3 times 1 is 3 equals 5t. So this is one where you would have rounded to the hundredth, but we're going to leave our answers in fractions. So I divide both sides by 5, divide by 5, and you get t equals 3/5. And that's your answer. Same thing here. You're just going to use your cross multiplication. So 0.1 times x is 0.1x equals 2 times 0.5 is 1. Divide by 0.1. Divide by 0.1. 0.1's cancel out. X equals 10. So I want to do number 4 with you because it has x plus 1. It has a whole quantity. So when I multiply that 4, I have to distribute that 4. So it looks like 4 parentheses x plus 1 equals, so that was that one. 4 times 3 is 12. So then I have to distribute the 4. 4 times x is 4x plus 4 times 1 is 4 equals 12. And then from there, I'm going to subtract 4 over. So I get 4x equals 8 divided by 4, x equals 2. And that's your answer. So you guys can do those ones. I'm going to do number 9 for you, just similar. But instead of writing the step 18 parentheses y plus 1, I'm actually going to do it in one step. So 9 times 54 is 486. Equals 18 times y is 18y. 18 times 1 is 18, so 18y plus 18. And then from there, I'm just going to finish solving it. So minus 18, minus 18. So then 486 minus 18 is 468. Equals 18y. Divide by 18. Divide by 18. Y equals 468 divided by 18 is 26. I froze up on you guys earlier. See if I can get me back. All right, I'm back. So, but that's what you're going to do. You're going to cross multiply and set them up. So number 12, if I wanted to look at number 12 real quick, I'm not going to do it for you, but I'll do the cross multiply. 8 times 3 is 24 plus 8y equals 4 times negative y is negative 4y. And then you guys can finish it out from there. In this case, you have y on both sides, so I would subtract the 8y over. So you get 24. I said I wasn't going to finish it, but I'll finish it. Equals negative 12y. Divide by negative 12. Y equals 24 divided by negative 12 is negative 2. So, and then you have a couple more here. And then you have two problems where they're word problems, but they're quick word problems. So I want to show them to you. I'm not going to solve them for you, but I am going to set up the ratios for you. To make a model of the Guadalupe riverbed, Hermie used 1 inch of clay for 5 miles of river's actual length. His model river was 50 inches long. How long is the Guadalupe River? So what you're going to do is you're going to set it up. 1 inch represented 5 miles. And set it equal to, well, his model was 50 inches. So 50 inches divided by how long? Well, x miles. So x miles. So our ratio is 1 over 5 equals 50 over x. And then solve for x. And when you get that, x will be however many x is, miles. Make sure you put your units. And then number 17, Josh finished 24 math problems in 1 hour. At that rate, how many hours will it take him to complete 72 problems? So 24 problems in 1 hour, that's our ratio. So 24 problems in 1 hour equals how many problems? 72 problems in how many hours? We don't know. So X hours. And then so when you solve that, X will be the number of hours. So make sure you put number of hours. So that's it. That's it for this lesson. Just go ahead and make sure you finish it out and submit your work. And if you have any questions, reach out. Have a good one, guys.